Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for May 26th through June 1st. Let's get right into your reading. Let's see what Spirit has to say to all the Aquarius for May 26th through June 1st. All right, Three of Swords, the Fool, Six of Wands, the Hermit, and the Palace of Cups. Okay, so good news, Aquarius. Something that has been hurting you, and I love this. Look at what's on the bottom, the Ace of Cups. That just further iterates this message. Something that has left you feeling sad, left you kind of in mental turmoil, mental anguish, is coming to an end with the Fool right next to that Three of Swords. Okay, so whatever's been hurting you, whatever's been heavy on you, that energy is shifting for you this week, and something new is opening up for you, which feels like a huge victory. And here's the thing. Sometimes, there's things that have happened in our lives, and this was a strong message for Gemini as well as Libras. So I do feel like this is a theme for all the air signs for this particular week. Something that you really wanted in the past, or something that just fell apart, didn't work out for you. You've had a lot of sadness about that, a lot of confusion about that. Why couldn't this be, or why didn't this happen for me at this specific time? And it can make us feel like, the angels don't care, especially when you know that you've been walking your path and doing things the best you can and living an honest life and treating others as you would like to be treated, just for you to feel like nothing's happening for you, or that you're getting bad karma, something along those lines. And this week, especially because of these three cards, you finally feel like, oh my gosh, I am so happy that did not work out, or I can finally understand why that did not work out because of what's happening this week. Okay, this right here, some of you, there's a new beginning, a new opportunity that's being offered. Others of you, there's this great success or breakthrough that you're having. And here through the Hermit, this talks about the emotional growth and maturity that you've received through this experience of Three of Swords, especially with Hermit and Palace of Cups, because Palace of Cups is your emotional body, and the Hermit is somebody who's been on a journey, more of a solitude journey, and there's a lot of spiritual growth and emotional maturity and wisdom that you've gained from this experience, and you're coming into that this week. It's like all your sadness, heartache, and pain now transforming into strength and wisdom, and there is something new coming in. And this could be a new perspective, a new opportunity, and whatever it is, it lets you let go of this Three of Swords, something that really hurt you in the past, and you realize, wow, it was a blessing in disguise that didn't work out for me. Truly, it was a blessing in disguise. And like I said, Gemini had a very similar message to that, as well as Libra. So I feel like the air signs, you've all been going through some emotional growth, spiritual growth, emotional growth, and that process is not always easy. And something really was hurting you here. But this week, you're moving beyond that. And again, it's like that blessing in disguise type of energy, where you see, wow, I dodged a bullet, or I see how that really wouldn't have worked out, or what you were looking at, something, you were seeing it for so much better than what it actually was. And now the truth is quite evident to you, and you realize I'm actually better off that didn't pan out for me, that didn't work out, this didn't manifest for me at this particular time in my life. Like, I'm actually better off, even though it felt like a huge loss or it felt like a huge setback at the time, and the experience after that has not been the easiest. But now, this week, the Fool, that's the new path, the new beginning, the new soul cycle, something new coming in for Aquarius that makes you feel very victorious with that Six of Wands. Also, Six of Wands is an energy of really being seen and recognized, being in the limelight, which brings about rewards. So Aquarius, where you've felt in the dark, you've been feeling that loss, that energy is totally transforming this week. And not only that, you're spiritually and emotionally stronger and wiser for the journey that you've been on. So let's pull some more cards. Let's go deeper. Let's clarify all of these cards here. All right, look at that. Beautiful. The Three of Swords is turning into the Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. And look at that. That's Mercury in Aquarius right there. So your mind, your mental body coming to a place of ease and balance, and what was really, plaguing you mentally, it's not a thing anymore. High Priestess, beautiful. Four of Swords, you can finally rest. You're feeling Look at that. The Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful cards. The Four of Swords is a card of rest and rejuvenation. And we see there's been a lot going on mentally for you, and you're really coming out of that this week, and your mind is more relaxed, you're more at ease. And then here with the High Priestess, this goes back into that deeper understanding spiritually and emotionally, where you're looking back on the path that led you up to today, and you see, I understand why this happened, or I understand why this had to happen. I understand why this just couldn't work out for me. It's all there. And those deep realizations are so very healing, right? And then the tens are all about the completion of things. So just another confirmation that there's a completion. But the Ten of Pentacles sitting next to the Seven of Cups, I do feel for some Aquarius, this week there is some sort of wish fulfillment, something that you have been visualizing for yourself, something that you've been trying to bring into reality. It's like the work is done and boom, here it is. I mean, the Six of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles is very positive. It's positive when it comes to job. It's positive when it comes to money, resources, abundance. It's positive when it comes to living situations, your home. It's positive when it comes to family. Okay, so there is something really good happening this week. And, as a general reading, it's going to impact you all differently. But for some Aquarius, not all, but for some, this is a bit of a windfall of money. If you have been really trying to create a business, create a brand for yourself, you have a product, you have an idea, or you have a social media, this would be a week where that really expands for you and yields extra money for you. And also, I know it's not for everybody, and I just want to say that because I'll get all these negative comments. I know it's not for everybody, but I really feel there is an Aquarius this week that is coming into a windfall of money. Somehow, some way, it's happening for you with these two cards. No question. Again, I know that does not apply to everybody, but for the Aquarius that it does, congratulations to you. Oh my gosh. And whatever it is, it allows you to rest and not worry. This could also be getting some sort of financing that you've needed for something. If you own your own business this week, you could have just business is really, really good, and it allows you to relax and rest your mind. This could also be where you've been trying to buy a home and the housing market is very hard in many areas, and this is where you finally, like, you put in an offer, it's on a home that is in your price range, it's exactly what you wanted, because the Palace of Cups can indicate a home, especially by a next to a body of water. All right, and it's kind of like what you see as your dream home. And finally, here it is, and finally you get your offer is accepted and you're getting into this contract and the house is going to be yours. Okay, whatever has been heavy and hard, it's going to become much easier this week, and you're able to really relax, rejuvenate, trust your intuition. And I'll tell you this, when I was looking to buy my house, it was back in 2021 when things were really freaking crazy because interest rates were super, super low. And it's like everybody wanted to buy a house at that time. And I cannot tell you how many offers I put in on different houses, and it never panned out. And finally I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a break from this, and instead of California, I'm going to just look in Colorado and move back to Colorado. And so I, connected with a realtor, and I was supposed to fly out to Colorado and in May and look at some houses. And I was like, I'm not going to look at houses on realtor.com. I'm not even going to think about houses. I'm going to let this go because that's the exact energy I was in. And I know that's not the right space to manifest from. And one day I was just sitting there and I felt so freaking strong to go on realtor.com, look at houses. And I told myself, absolutely not. We're not doing that. It's not time, because I felt like it was going to be another 2 weeks before I was going to be out in Colorado with my realtor. So I was like, no, there's no reason for me to look at houses right now. And all day long, it bothered me. So finally I was like, all right, I'm just going to take a look. And it was like the first house on realtor.com in the area I was looking for. I was like, oh my gosh, that's that's exactly what I'm looking for, because I was looking for more of a unique type of house. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and it's cheaper than what my loan is approved for. And from there, everything was just like a cascade of events, and I ended up getting that house, the house I'm in now. And what's crazy is I put my offer in when I was still in California. Kiri was here, and she and her husband looked at the house with the realtor and vetted it out for me. But what had happened is the house had an offer, they accepted it, that person backed out. So their second person that they were going to accept an offer on, they called them, they backed out. And I just happened that day to look on Realtor. They had just put it back up, and I was like the first person to come in. And so what is meant for you, Aquarius, there's no stopping it, okay? And I do feel for some of you this may be around a housing situation, but if it's not, always listen to your intuition. It's trying to tell you something. It's telling you it's time for whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in that moment. So listen to that intuition. All right, and maybe you might even need to kind of take a chance, take a risk on something, but I see it's going to pay off for you. Oh, how beautiful. Stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. See? Good things are happening, Aquarius. Tranquility, make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. And this card is the Four of Swords with the Hermit, 100%. Spend some time in your own energy. This week, maybe you can't be bothered by everybody else and what they need and what they want. Really focus on you. and have faith. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. I mean, come on, we can't make this up. So perfect. Aquarius, things are getting good. Things are getting good for you. You're coming out of that Three of Swords. Take the helm. Be in control of your own ship. And I feel this really comes into play with Four of Swords, Hermit, Tranquility. Just taking some time out, taking some time off this week to rebalance yourself. And you know, people need things. Say, sorry, I don't have the time, the energy, the resources this week. Really focus on you and your dreams, because I do see for some, something beautiful is coming in here. But also, Spirit's saying, stay optimistic, keep the faith, because things are about to happen for you. All right, so those are your messages. If you feel you need a personal love reading, tarot reading, or mediumship reading, my daughter is a wonderful psychic medium, and I will link her information below. I am sending you all so much love and light. Take care.